11:30. Good morning, children. We have to study about Indian Councils Act of 1858. For the last 5 or 6 days, we have been studying about the impact of British rule over India. We have been studying about the impact of British rule over India. Indian Councils Act of 1858. Indian Councils Act of 1858 we have seen. In our upcoming lessons, we have to study about 1857 rule. We have learned or we have studied about 1857 rule. 1857 rule was known in different names. The revolt of 1857 had their own names. They had several names. The revolt of 1857 had several names. One name was the Sepoy Mutiny. This was a name given by the British people to Indians. They did not consider, British people did not consider the specialities of India's 1857 revolt. They did not consider the specialities of 1857 revolt. It was known as Sepoy Mutiny by the British people. But the people of India called this revolt as people of India called this revolt as the Great War of Indian Independence. That was the name of this revolt. The Great War of Indian Independence. That was the name of this revolt. Whatever may be, 1857 revolt was the first revolt which was conducted by us against the British people. Hindus, Muslims, Punjabis, Bengali people, Christians, all the sections of Indian society, all the sections of Indian society participated in this war. So, after 1857, after the revolt of 1857, they passed this act. After the revolt of 1857, they passed this act. Act of 1858. What were the features or what were the specialities of this act that we have given? Or what were the characteristics of this act that we have given? What were the specialities or what were the characteristics of this act that we have studied? According to this act, license of English East India Company was cancelled by the British people. That means it was the English East India Company who was ruling over the land of India for a long time. It was Queen Elizabeth who gave permission to English East India Company to make trade contact with India. And British Queen understood one thing. It was only because the incapability and maladministration of English East India Company that led to the outbreak of 1857 war. This was opinion of Queen of England. So, the license of English East India Company which was given by Queen Elizabeth to English East India Company to trade with India for 20 years was cancelled by British Queen. That means for a long time, for a very long time, English East India Company was making trade contact with India for a long time. That was cancelled by whom? That was cancelled by British Queen. This was cancelled or this was stopped by British Queen. And according to this act, other than English East India Company, other companies also got the right or power. Other than English East India Company, other companies also got the right to make trade contact with India. Then again, what is according to the Act of 1858, according to the Act of 1858, what happened? That we have seen. India came under the direct rule or direct control of Q. Before 1857 rule, what was going on in the land of India? That we have seen. Before 1857, what was going on in the land of India? That we have seen. Before 1857, the administration of India was only under the control of English East India Company. Before 1857, administration of India was under the control of English East India Company. But according to 1858 Act, India came under the control of British Queen. The administration of India or the rule of India came under the direct control of Queen. Queen and British Parliament began to control, or Queen and British Parliament began to undertake the administration of India. Queen and British Parliament began to undertake the administration of India according to the Act of 1858, because Queen and British Parliament understood one thing. Queen and British Parliament really understood one thing. What they understood, that is the thing. What they understood. Queen understood that. Queen really understood that the revolt of 1857 happened only because of the maladministration of the officers of English East India Company. So, as a result of the Act of 1858, India came under the direct control of Queen of England. Then, Governor General of India. Governor General of India. Up to this time, India was divided into three presidencies up to this time. During this time, India was divided into three presidencies. They were Bengal, Bombay and Madras. Madras had a governor. Bombay had another governor, Bengal had another governor. But the governor of Bengal was known as Governor General. That was the name. Other two governors of Bombay and Madras were accepting the orders of Bengal Governor General. They were accepting the orders of Bengal Governor General. But now, after the revolt of 1857, Instead of Governor General, Viceroy began rule over Bengal area. Name only changed. Name of Governor General was changed and the name Viceroy was given. Secretary of State for India was appointed. After 1857 revolt, British Parliament, after 1857 revolt, British Parliament passed so many rules. A new post was created. A new post. The name of the post was Secretary of State for India. This new officer was appointed by the British Parliament. And this officer will be a cabinet member. Secretary of State for India will be a cabinet member. This was the opinion of British Parliament and King. And British King will hand over everything to India through Secretary of State for India. So, a new post known as Secretary of State was created by British King. Then, Council of India was created in order to help Secretary of State in the administration. In order to help Secretary of State in the administration, a new post was created. Name of that post was Council of India. A new post known as Council of India was created. And in the Council of India, in total 15 members were there. In the Council of India, in total 15 members were there. In total. They were advising and helping the Secretary of State in the case of administration. Then, Indian Councils Act of 1861. Another act was passed in the year 1861. That act is known as Indian Councils Act of 1861. What were the features or what were the specialities of this act? We have studied. What were the features or what were the specialities of this act that we have studied? First one. According to this act, Indians or Indian people were allowed to participate in making laws. That means, before 1861 Indian Councils Act, Indians were not allowed to participate in the process of making laws. Now what happened? Now Indians got the chance to participate in the law making process. Before 1861 Act, only British people had the right to make laws. Now, the right or power to make laws was given to whom? Was given to Indians also. Representation was given to Indians also in the Legislative Assembly and Executive Council. Governor General or Viceroy had an executive committee. Governor General or Viceroy had an executive committee. In that executive committee, representation was given to the Indians. Indians had the power to sit in the executive council to make laws. This right, which was given by the British people to Indians, were known as in the public examination, you should be well aware of this word, policy of possession. You should know, you should have an idea regarding what is the meaning of policy of possession. Policy of possession was a power which was given by British Parliament or Q to the Indians to participate in the law making process. This was known as policy of possession. That means after 1857 revolt, we have to understand one thing. After 1857 revolt, British people were making so many laws, or they were making so many policies to control another rebellion which may come from the side of British Indian people. They were playing diplomatic rules, or they were using diplomatic rules in the land of India. They were using diplomatic rules in the land of India. Policy of possession. They followed, or they made policy of possession. Then Indians were nominated to the Council of Viceroy. What is the meaning? Indians were nominated to the Council of Viceroy. Viceroy means, according to new act, Governor General came to be known as Viceroy. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of Viceroy? The name of Governor General has been changed as Viceroy. Then what is that? According to the Indian Councils Act of 1861, Indians got nomination to the Council of Viceroy. In the beginning, in the Council of Viceroy, in the beginning or during the starting days, in the Council of Viceroy, only British people were there. But now, Indians were also nominated to the Council of Viceroy. Then, Viceroy got the power to make ordinances during the time of emergency. During some urgent situations, or during some emergency situations, during some urgent situations, or during some emergency situations, Indians got the right or power, or Viceroy got the power to make ordinances. What is ordinance? We have seen. Now in the Karnataka Legislative Assembly, ordinances may be passed by governor. After some time, that can be passed by Karnataka Legislative Assembly. Like that, Viceroy had an executive committee. They were making the laws. But during some necessary situations, during some urgent situations, what was that? Viceroy had the power to issue laws. Those laws were known as ordinances. This was another speciality of 1861 Indian Councils Act. See, dear children, I will say once more. See, we are studying about impact of British rule in the land of India. Impact of British rule in the land of India. Impact or final result of British people in India. Or what were the final results of the administration of British people in India? What were the final results of the administration of British people in India? That means, for a very long time, for a very long time, India was under the control of British people for a very long time. Then what happened? For a very long time, India came under the control of the British people. During 1947, we got independence. So, Before that, British people ruled over India. Now we have to learn what was the meaning of Indian Councils Act of 1857. The specialities or features of Indian Councils Act of 1858 and what were the features. According to this act, the license of English East India Company was cancelled. According to Indian Councils Act of 1858, license of English East India Company was cancelled. That means, what happened? It was Queen Elizabeth who gave permission to English East India Company to trade with India. But according to the Indian Councils Act of 1858, license of English East India Company was cancelled by the British people. According to this act, other than English East India Company, other companies also got the right or power to make trade contact with India. India came under the direct control of administration. During 1857 time, a revolt happened or a revolt took place against the British people. That revolt was known as Revolt of 1857. That was known as Revolt of 1857. Then what was the British Queen understood one thing, that Revolt of 1857 happened because of the inability or maladministration of English East India Company. So, one law was passed by British Queen inside the British Parliament. According to that law, what happened? India came under the direct control of British Queen. English East India Company lost the power to rule over the land of India. English people or English East India Company lost the power to rule over the land of India. Then, up to this time, the post of Governor General was there. Up to this time, the post of Governor General was there up to this time. Bengal had one governor, Bombay had another governor, Madras had another governor, and Bengal governor was known as Governor General. But according to the Act of 1858, the post of Governor General was cancelled. It was renamed as Viceroy of India. Then Secretary of State for India was created. Another post, another officer was appointed by British Queen. Another post or another officer was created by British Queen. His name was Secretary of State for India. Secretary of State for India became the real ruler of India. Secretary of State for India became the real ruler of India. And Secretary of State will be a cabinet member. That means, according to the opinion of British Queen, Secretary of State will be a member of British cabinet. And it was through Secretary of State for India that British Queen was sending all the laws and regulations with respect to India. Then, Council of India was created. Other than the post of Secretary of State for India, Council of India was created by the Council of India was also created by British Queen. Council of India was supposed to, or it was expected to advise the Viceroy of India. And Council of India had a total number of 15 members. Those 15 members were advising the Viceroy of India in majority of the legal matters. Then, Indian Councils Act of 1861. We have to study about Indian Councils Act of 1861. What were the specialities? What were the features of this act we have to study? What were the specialities or what were the features of this act? First feature was that Indians were allowed to participate in making laws. Indians or Indian people were allowed to participate in making laws. Indians. That means, in the beginning, before Indian Councils Act of 1861, Indians had no right in participating in making laws for India. Indians had no power. But the Indian Councils Act of 1861 gave the power to Indians to participate in making laws for the nation of India. Then, representation was given to Indians in all the branches of knowledge in India. That means, Viceroy had an executive council. In that executive council, Indians were not there. Viceroy had an executive council in the beginning. Viceroy had an executive council in the beginning. But Indians did not get any representation in that executive committee or council. But now, British people gave representation to Indian people in the executive council or committee. This policy was known as policy of assertion. Last year in public examination, this question was there. The question was that, what do you know about the policy of assertion, or what is the meaning of the word policy of assertion? They asked. What you should write? According to the Indian Councils Act of 1861, Indian people got the right to make laws by sitting in the executive committee or executive council of Viceroy of India. This representation, which was given by British people to Indians, were known as policy of assertion. This you have right. Then, Indians were nominated the Council of Viceroy. Viceroy of India had a council of his own. Inside the council, before 1861 Indian Councils Act was there, only British people were there. Only Britishers were there. But according to the Indian Councils Act of 1861, Indian people were also nominated to the Council of Viceroy, along with the British people. By the side of British people, Indians were also sitting in the Council of Viceroy. The Council of Viceroy were advising the Viceroy when there was a need. And according to Indian Councils Act of 1861, along with the British people, Indians also got the chance or power to sit in the Council of Viceroy. This was an important change. This was an important change which was made or brought out by the British people. Another one was, Viceroy had the power to make laws or ordinances when there was a need. executive council of Viceroy. But so, when there was a need, when there was an urgent need, during some emergency situations, Viceroy got the power to make or pass ordinances without consulting with the council of Viceroy. Dear children, I think you understood today's topic. If you do have any doubts, you please call me in person. Thank you.